Good day, subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, I am Jeremy. This is the Financial Education Channel, and today we're starting out a brand new series where I make two stocks face off and we compare them on the metrics that I believe are the most important things to compare them on in their industry. So today, the first one ever we're doing is Sprouts Farmers Market versus Whole Foods Market. Reason I picked these two stocks to do first is the person that actually came up with this series had suggested that I break down these two stocks and make them go against each other. So since they are the ones that actually started this whole series that I'm going to be doing now, and I plan to hopefully do this series for months into the future, I figured I would do their stocks. They suggested. So let's go ahead and get into this, guys. So the first metric we're looking at here, guys, on these two are the amount of stores each has. The reason we want to pay attention to the amount of stores is because how much room for growth do they have? How many more stores can they fit? Those kinds of things. Now, before I get into that, real quick, something I want to talk about. Whole Foods, just so you guys know, it's a more elaborate type grocery store, and they focus a little more on organic. They have things like, coffee bars and juice bars in their stores. They have, places you can get fresh salads and make them up yourself, or pizzas, olive bars, all those kinds of things that not a lot of other food stores have, honestly. So they have a lot of things like that. Sprouts is like an oversized Trader Joe's, I call it, where they're not quite as big as like a supermarket or something like that, or especially not a Whole Foods, and they don't have a lot of those fresh options where you can go up there and get a fresh sausage pizza or whatever. But they do very well in their space. They're big on vegetables, and a lot of people do their full grocery shopping there. So that's what those two stores are. Now, Whole Foods has 470 stores. Sprouts Farmer Market has 250 stores. So Sprouts wins this category because they have a lot more places they can put stores, whereas Whole Foods is getting more built out. The management talks about them being able to fit 1,000 to 1,200 stores. That's fabulous. Sprouts, I could see them honestly probably putting 1,500 to 1,800 stores in the United States. So Sprouts wins this category because, one, they can probably put more stores over time than Whole Foods can. Two, because Sprouts honestly has a lot more room to grow. Look at Whole Foods has almost double the amount of stores as Sprouts currently. So this category goes to Sprouts, the winner in that one. Number two, we're looking at the latest quarter's revenue. So Whole Foods revenue was up only 1%. Sprouts, however, was up 15%. So huge difference here, guys, in revenue growth. 1% for Whole Foods isn't that great. 15% for Sprouts is pretty dang impressive, especially for a food store. So Sprouts wins this category hands down without a doubt. Number three, now we're looking at comp store sales for the latest quarter. Comp store sales is basically stores that are open for at least a year, and did they sell more or less than they did the previous year as a percent. So Whole Foods comp store sales were down 2.6%, down 2.6%, not very good. Sprouts was up 1.3%. That's not that great, but that's certainly a lot better than being break even, and certainly a lot better than being down, especially down a 2.6 number like Whole Foods is there. So once again, Sprouts wins another category. So right now, Sprouts is up 3-0. Sprouts is kicking Whole Foods' butt at this moment in time. Number four. Now we're looking at net income for last year. How, profitability. Where did their net income go? Are they more profitable than they were the year before, or are they less profitable? Whole Foods net income was down 5%. That's really bad to see when you're in retail and when you've opened up a lot more stores over the course of that year, and your net income still goes down. And down 5% is a pretty big move. So down 5% on Whole Foods revenue. Sprouts, however, up. And guess how much? 19%. Net income up 19% last year, guys. A very impressive number out of Sprouts Farmers Market there, guys. Very impressive, no doubt. It's one thing to grow on the top line, but when you can grow the bottom line even bigger and you're in the grocery store space or anything in retail, that is very, very impressive. So Sprouts is now up 4-0 against Whole Foods. Number five. Whole Foods, and we're looking at the balance sheet now. Whole Foods has slightly more debt than they do cash. So it's very slight. I'm talking about $100 million. Now, however, Sprouts has 2 times more debt than they do cash. So this one, Whole Foods wins because as a percent, they have a lot less debt to cash ratio than Sprouts does at this moment. So Whole Foods finally gets on the board with 1. So it's 4 to Sprouts right now, 1 category, Whole Foods is 1. Last category we're looking at here, guys, is the PE ratios of each. Which one has a lower PE ratio? Whole Foods PE is at 21 currently. Sprouts Farmers Market is at only 24. Now, it might look like I'll give this one to Whole Foods, right? Because their PE ratio is lower. Well, no, I'm giving this one to Sprouts as well because Sprouts is growing net income like they're growing. Whole Foods is losing. Their net income is getting less. So when your net income is getting less, then your PE ratio is actually even probably going to go up more. And Sprouts is just growing beast right now. It grew net income 19% last year, 19%. So that 24 PE ratio, that could come down substantially this year and substantially again the next year as long as they keep executing on their plans, guys. So that's 5 categories for Sprouts 1 category for Whole Foods. It's a blowout, guys. Sprouts 1 hands down. Sprouts is a much better investment than Whole Foods. Sprouts, I kind of looked at and I'm like, kind of interests me a little bit. I'm kind of like, you know, this one might be one I want to look into super deep, do a super deep dive on, and I might want to actually buy for myself. I'm kind of very impressed at their revenue growth, their net income growth, and then when I saw a PE ratio of 24, very impressive, Sprouts. So you kicked Whole Foods' butt today. We'll see what happens in the future. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this series. I would love to hear what you think. Are you excited for it? I was thinking about in the next one, maybe doing Apple versus Google and comparing those two beasts and putting them against each other. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Hit a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video today. If you're coming across this video and you've never watched me before, I talk about personal finance on the channel. I talk about entrepreneurship. I'm an entrepreneur. And then we talk the stock market the most in this channel, including this new series that I'm going to be doing every single week. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.